Hi YouTube, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to discuss some Chevy motors that I'm working on. So I've got a few projects that I've been working on. My Pontiac is basically complete, and I want to talk to you about these Chevy motors. This one here is, I believe, a 454 big block, maybe a 392 even, right? Did I use this? Pretty sure it's a 454. They call it the rat motor. This one has a tunnel ram intake. No carburetors on it just yet. It's painted in this flat orange. Not a bad looking color. Probably should be a little glossier, but it is just a race car engine, so adds to the racy industrial appeal. No hoses, no distributor caps, as we see. But here are the headers for the engine. That schmutz off there. Okay, so this is one of the headers, the passenger side. It was painted black and lead belcher over top of it. You can see by fitting it right there, it's a pretty big system. Especially this piece out the back gives it a lot of length. I had drilled them out, painted inside black. Like I said on this one too, lead belcher paint over black. Didn't even use black primer, I just used XF1 flat black from Tamiya. And then Citadel's lead belcher. I really do like the lead belcher color. I've used it on other exhausts before. I've got a Dodge Charger Daytona, for example, that I'm doing restoration on. Actually, I shouldn't say I'm restoring it at the moment, because I'm not working on it. But the entire exhaust system is painted in lead belcher, including the manifolds. For example, on this 340, the manifolds are painted in lead belcher on the 440 model. This one is supposed to look like a brand new engine, so the manifolds are painted color match. Right. Back to the Chevy motors. So I got this 454 here. The transmission, I believe, was painted German gray or some form of dark gray before being painted aluminum, I believe. Here. I believe I used this. And I may or may not have used the aluminum and or steel on these pieces too. It's kind of hard to tell what it is. Might even be chrome, Vallejo's chrome, but I don't really know. It's been a while since I've painted that, so yeah, don't really know, unfortunately. And this motor that I'm working on is definitely a bit of a Frankenstein. This is a Chevy, I believe it's a small block 350. Ford has 351, so I think this is a 350. Unless Chevy uses 351 too. I don't know. It's got a deep sump NASCAR pan. There's your starter. Missing its fan and the belts and everything. But, so this block, oil pan, the valve covers, the heads, the transmission, this came out of a Jeff Gordon, I want to say 2010 NASCAR. I'm not so sure. I don't have the box for it anymore. Intake manifold, carburetor, distributor cap. Comes off an older 90s Dale Earnhardt NASCAR. So I'm going to use this engine to build the Dale Earnhardt car, because the engine that I got with the kit was kind of in bad shape. Okay, so Here is the Dale Earnhardt NASCAR engine. I picked this up at a local hobby store. This was a cheap $15 kit. Car was already worked on at some point. As you can see here, this yellow plastic used to be chrome plated. Which, I've never really cared for chrome plated plastic personally. But, yeah, I put this thing in all-purpose cleaner. Couldn't get this paint to come off. Not sure why all this stuff is colored blue, but oh well. So that's why I'm not using this. And I'm going to instead be using this more modern engine. But as I said, this piece up top comes off of this. So the intake manifold is taken off of this car. Everything else here you see is from the Jeff Gordon's car. This is also from Jeff Gordon's car. Intake manifold, which would sit, or air cleaner, which will sit kind of nicely on there. Just gotta make some adjustments here to make sure that sits properly. Maybe like that. So it'll be offset from the distributor, and hopefully that will sit in the engine bay just fine. Okay. Another thing that I will be using from Dale's car, and these are not it here. These are the headers from Jeff Gordon's car. And they look pretty okay. They're not bad. A little bit of black paint, some lead belcher, and they'll look pristine. But I like the exhaust system that's found on the Dale Earnhardt's car. And I've already got these painted up. Take a look. Oh, a little piece of dust right there. There we go. See, look at this. I really like this one. It looks really good. And they're both for the same, basically, engine black. So they should fit just nicely, these older ones, on the newer Jeff Gordon car. So we'll do a little test fit, kind of. They should work pretty good. A little bit of cutting and some cementing, and they'll sit just nicely. So I will be using these headers and not these. So again, this is going to be quite the Frankenstein project here. What you see before you here and here was originally the wiring for the Dale Earnhardt car. As you can see, it's just a little piece of plastic there, molded onto the distributor that I cut off because I just didn't like the way it looked. And on the newer car, it didn't even sit right. So I cut those off. I may or may not put wires on the new one. I don't know. Yeah, this one here though is going for a Chevelle kit with these headers right here. Got to do it in an all-white color scheme. I'm not sure what the interior would be. Probably white too, I assume. Black seats. I'll have to ask my buddy who wants it if he wants the hood scoop or no hood scoop, so I can put the carburetors on, and then either the little air caps or just carburetors. For example, this Ford, if you're going to run the hood scoop on the Chevelle, these are not to be used. But if you don't use the hood scoop, you can use these. Same thing on the Chevelle. Again, I don't know what he wants done to that, so I'll have to ask him and figure that out. Back here I've got a GTX that I'll be doing a video on. I got to do some more work here on this fender. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for tuning in, and hope you all are having a wonderful day. I'm of course Uncle No Identity, and please have a great day. See ya.